Upon my wealthy grandfather's passing, bequeathing me everything, my parents, who'd shunned me my entire life, tried to sue for the inheritance. You know, sometimes life throws you a curveball so absurd, so unbelievably twisted that you can only laugh. But other times, it hits you with a moment of such raw, unexpected vindication that it feels like the universe itself is finally setting things right. Can you imagine walking into a courtroom, facing the very people who abandoned you as a baby, only for the judge to instantly recognize you, not as the manipulative villain they painted, but as the strong, principled woman your grandfather raised you to be? My mother's eyes rolled the second I stepped in, a silent scream of "here we go again," like I was the ultimate inconvenience in her perfectly crafted victim narrative. But then, Judge Brennan froze. His eyes went from the stack of papers in front of him, right to my face, and I watched recognition hit him like a freight train. "Wait," he said slowly, setting down his pen, his voice filled with an almost bewildered surprise. "These allegations, they're against you, Haley?" Oh, believe me, my parents had no idea who I really was. And honestly, that was the best part. I'm Haley, by the way, 32 years old, and if you've ever felt like you had to fight for your place, for your truth, then you're definitely going to want to stick around for what happened next. So, let me take you back a few months. It started, as these things often do, with a death. My grandfather died. Judge William Parker. 40 years on the Supreme Court bench. This wasn't just my grandfather. This was the man who actually raised me, while my biological parents were off living their best lives, pretending I didn't even exist. His funeral was massive. An event. Every judge, every attorney, every politician in the entire state showed up to pay their respects. I stood up there, delivered the eulogy, my voice steady, though my heart was breaking. My parents? Diane and Scott Morrison, as always, sat in the very back row. They arrived late, and of course, they left before the reception. Classic them. I hadn't seen them in over a decade. Not since my 18th birthday, actually, when my grandmother died. They showed up for exactly 90 minutes then, too, before disappearing into the ether once more. After Grandma Helen passed, it was just Grandpa and me. He was 73 then, still sharp as a tack, still working, still making sure I had every single opportunity he could provide. Here's the truth about my parents. My mother, Diane, got pregnant at 18, decided motherhood just cramped her style. My father, Scott, was a promising hockey player with big dreams. A baby, apparently, didn't fit that aesthetic. So, they did what selfish people do. They dropped me off at my grandparents' house when I was just 3 months old and basically vanished. Oh, they'd visit. Maybe twice a year if the stars aligned. Christmas. And if I was lucky, my birthday. Diane would breeze in, designer clothes, an air kiss near my cheek, and then spend the entire visit critiquing Grandma's parenting style. Too soft, apparently. Scott? He avoided those visits entirely because Grandpa had a knack for calling him out for being a deadbeat. So, I watched my father on TV instead. Every time the Bruins played, Grandpa had the game on. Not because he cared about hockey, but because he wanted me to know my father existed somewhere, even if he chose not to exist in my life. The funny thing is, I never really felt like I was missing anything. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.